guys, welcome back to the show. Sorry about the cap and the glasses today. My hay fever is really playing up, and look, the good thing is summer has finally arrived in the UK. Unfortunately, it comes with consequences. If you have hay fever, guys, you know what it's like and how I'm suffering at the moment. I've just literally taken my allergy pill, so it's going to take a couple of hours to kick in. So apologies for the sunglasses, guys, but the sun is out, so I've got a good reason for wearing sunglasses today. But today I'm going to talk about Seiko Kinetic watches and what they are. A lot of people don't know what they are, and if you are looking to upgrade from a Quartz normal battery operated watch, you're gonna have options of automatic watches, from eco drive, solar powered watches to kinetic watches. Okay, now one of the questions I got from one of my subscribers was they've got £300 and they want to buy a watch that they can use as informal and for formal wear. So they need a very versatile watch, okay? And for £300, there are loads of watches out there, but you want a respectable brand, a brand that you can be proud of wearing, a brand that's got a lot of horology. You want a brand that is an innovator for new technology, and Seiko pretty much tick off all of those boxes, guys. Now, I went out there, and when I got this request, I started shopping, guys. I started buying quite a few Seiko watches. Seikos are great because there's so many designs and models. You're gonna find something that you like. But one of the watches that I've got today, I think really ticks those boxes. It can be worn as an informal and formal wear. It can be worn as a sports watch. You can wear it to work every day. You can have a really good time with it, guys. It really will be a very versatile watch. This is, like, I would say, a good alternative if you haven't got £5,000 to spend on a Rolex Datejust and you've got £300 and you want to achieve the same sort of feel and look. You know, the Seiko watch that I'm going to talk about today is a great and more affordable alternative to the likes of a Rolex Datejust that I mentioned. For me, my Rolex Datejust is my most versatile watch in my collection. I can wear it on every occasion. And the Seiko watch that I'm going to review today, in my opinion, pretty much does the same job at a much cheaper price. One, it's a very aesthetically good looking watch, okay? Two, it's got advanced technology. It's got a kinetic movement inside. So just to give you a heads up, before I go into the in-depth review how kinetic watches work, they work in a very similar way to an automatic watch. So a lot of automatic watches, you have to manual wind them, okay? And once it's been manually wind, you should get at least 40 hours, around about 40 hours wrist time, okay? Some give and take, you know, around about the 40 hours wrist time. And it doesn't matter how expensive the piece is, okay? You could be wearing a £50,000 watch to a £1,000 automatic watch, and, you know, wrist time will be quite similar. Don't get me wrong, there are some automatic watches that go a lot longer than that, but I'm talking about the average of how long they go for. The kinetic watch works in a very similar way as an automatic watch in terms of the rotor moves with the movement and it charges its capacitor. It's like a battery cell in the watch, for example. And it doesn't just last for 40 hours, guys. The kinetic watch lasts for months and months, okay? Without having to, for example, once it's been fully charged, so you're walking around, you're moving your wrist and that, it's constantly charging it. So it's a lot different than the citizen watches, the eco drive, which are like, you know, solar watches, for example, that use the light. This is purely based on movement. So it's a very clever technology. Seiko were the first to introduce this type of technology. It's basically hassle-free. So, for example, if you've got loads of watches, for example, and you want to mix and match them, kinetic watches are really good in the fact that, you know, you can wear it, it gets fully charged, and you don't need to adjust the time or wind it like you do an automatic watch. It is going to be a lot more accurate. I would say probably more watch enthusiasts would prefer automatic watches because of the way it's been made and so on. And, you know, you do like the automatic watches have a more smoother second hand dial. But, you know, this kinetic watches from Seiko are a good alternative if you are looking at buying quite a few, you know, reasonably priced watches. The one I've got today is £300, give and take. That's the retail price for it. It's a nice watch, guys, very versatile. I'm going to read out the model number for you guys now because I can't remember it. I've literally just got the watch, and I'm just about to pop out with my son, so I thought I'd do a quick review for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. The watch that I'm going to review, the watch that I'm going to add to my collection, and I think it's going to be a keeper, guys. I really like the look of this watch. It is the Seiko Kinetic watch, Ska675p1, and it's got a beautiful blue dial, okay? But before I go into an in-depth review of this Seiko, let's do a wrist check. I am wearing my G-Shock Tough Solar, you know, great watch for outdoor activities. I love it in white because it's summer. I'm going to go to the park. I'm going to head down to Regent's Park, have a little run around with my little boy. And yeah, this watch, I go there, no problems at all. I don't worry if I drop it or I hit it. It's a G-Shock. It can take a real beating, guys. So G-Shock watches are great. It's a watch that I'm going to take on holiday with me. So absolutely love G-Shocks. You can see in my previous videos, I am a really big fan of G-Shock watches. But look, let's go straight into the Seiko watch. Great watch. I really like this watch. It probably will be a keeper. I mean, you know, every watch I seem to buy, guys, that I recommend are watches that I would own myself, okay? So I never recommend anything that I wouldn't want to own, yeah? So I hope you enjoy this in-depth review of this Seiko watch, the Kinetic watch. I've got another Kinetic watch with a different look I'll be reviewing shortly as well. So keep an eye out for that video as well. Hope you enjoy, guys. Let's get into the review. Right then, guys, let's start the in-depth review of this Seiko Kinetic watch, model number Ska675p1 with the metal strap. It retails around the £300 mark. This watch, I have to say, guys, is a very versatile watch. Before I go into the review, I'm going to start off by talking about Kinetic watches and how they actually work. Now, Kinetic watches work very similar to the way an automatic watch works. Now, those of you that know anything about watches will know that automatic watches can be manually wounded to basically charge the watch, okay? But it also is charged by movement. So every time you move the watch, the rotor basically charges the mechanism of the actual watch. Now, most automatic watches, once you know they're charged and you're wearing it all the time, they should last you for around about 40 hours, okay? Now, but you have to wear the watch and keep on moving it to keep maintaining that charge, okay? The way Kinetic watches work, guys, they basically work in a similar way in the fact that the rotor actually charges the capacitor, the cell, which you could call a battery, for example, okay, like you get in a Quartz watch. And the way it works is, it works exactly the same way. The only big difference is with Kinetic watches, once fully charged, the watch will last you for months, okay? You won't need to do anything to it or anything like that. So it's a lot more hassle-free. So if you are a big watch enthusiast, and I think everyone's got this same, you know, problem, is that unless you've got a watch box that keeps rotating your automatic watches, every time you get the watch, you know, you have to adjust the time. And I have the same problem, guys, you know, with my automatic watches. But, you know, it's something fun. You know, don't get me wrong. If you're a watch enthusiast, it gives you an opportunity to mess around with the watch, you know, which is absolutely great. But, you know, if you're not someone who wants to mess around, you like good quality watches, and you want a very versatile watch, and you don't have, or you don't want to spend, you know, thousands of pounds for like a Rolex or an Omega, for example, then the Seiko watches are really good alternatives, because one, you're getting a watch with horology. Two, you're getting a watch with great technology. You're getting a very reliable watch. You're getting a watch with great accurate time, okay? So let's unveil the watch, okay? And there it is, guys. Like I said, you know, it's a very good aesthetic, good looking watch. It's very well constructed, I have to say, okay? And it looks absolutely great. Let's get a closer look on the camera for you guys. It looks absolutely great with this blue dial. It's actually, because the lighting's not great in my room here today, you can't really get to see the dial, but that's better. You can see it. It's a lot lighter than that, you know, in real life, but it's a very nice, you know, dark blue dial, okay, and it really looks nice. It looks a lot nicer in real life, I have to say, than it does on the video from what I can see from my side, guys. But yeah, very nice watch. You know, let's have a look at the case size of the watch, okay. You're looking at 42 millimeters, okay, which is a nice good size, so it's got some nice good presence. So if you're looking for you know, it does look dressy as well. You know, this watch can be worn as a, you know, a dress watch, a formal watch, you know, or informal, casually, you know. I think, you know, because of the way it's designed, it's a classic design from Seiko, is absolutely great. So you're looking at a 42 millimeter case from lug to lug, or you're looking about 46, okay. Is it a screw down crown? It's not a screw down crown, but you know, from what I understand, it operates quite easily as well. Now, let's have a look at the actual metal bracelet. Very comfortable, guys, I have to say, but my wrist is quite small, so I'm gonna have to take a couple of the clips out on this watch, okay. Let's have a look at the back case. Very nicely done. And it's 100 meters water resistant, guys, as well. Now, one thing that these Seiko watches are really good, and what they do, for example, you see the top button here. If you press this button, it lets you know how much charge there is in the actual watch, okay. So for example, once it's hit 30, you know that this watch is fully charged. So if you were to put it away, it will last you, you know, 2-3 months without having to do anything. If you didn't wear the watch, you know, it would, you know, it will be fully charged, okay. But I don't know if you can hear this. That is the rotor, very similar in the way that an automatic watch works. The same principle, but you're charging the capacitor, the cell in this watch. And what happens is it lasts for longer, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, you know, the capacitor, the cell or battery, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be a lot more expensive to change, because I've been told that although, you know, Seiko advertise, you know, that, you know, it's hassle-free, and it is hassle-free, you know. For the next, you know, 4 to 5 years, it's going to be a hassle-free watch. But if you notice that it is sort of like losing charge for whatever reason, it may mean that you need to change the cell, the capacitor in this watch. And I've been told they cost about 25 to 30 pounds. So a lot more expensive than, you know, sort of price that you'd pay for a battery for a Quartz watch. However, you know, if you compare that in terms of price, in terms of servicing an automatic watch, you know, and depending what automatic watch, but since we're reviewing a Seiko watch, let's talk about one of my other Seiko, the XKX, you know, 007, a 007. You know, I don't know exactly how much the service will be, but I know it's going to be, you know, around about the £100 mark, okay, the service to watch. You know, that works like a, you know, it's got a real mechanism there. So there's got oil, there'll be dirt getting in there and stuff like that. The oil needs to be changed. They need to look a compression check and all of that sort of stuff on there. So there's a lot more work that goes into it. However, you know, they'll last you a lifetime. And I think that all Seiko watches, you know, these have got its pros and cons, and so do automatic watches. It just depends what your preference is and how much wrist time it's going to get. So, you know, if you've got more than one watch, and for example, this is going to be your beta watch, you know, this is a great watch to have as a beta watch, because, you know, your luxury high-end piece or whatever, you know, whatever watch it may be, from a Breitling to an Omega or an IWC, and you're wearing it, you're giving it about 4 to 5 days wrist time. You know, when you get to wear this on the weekend, it will still be charged and you can still use it. And when you go to wear your high-end luxury piece on a Monday, you know, your watch will still be charged, okay? Because most automatic watches, you know, good quality, high-end luxury pieces, you know, they charge anything from 37 hours to 40. I get about, on my Daytona, for some reason, I'm getting about 38 hours. My Rolex Datejust, which is an older model, for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe it's because it's been serviced recently, but my Daytona is quite a new watch. I'm getting around about the 40 hours, you know, which is very good. But, you know, this Seiko watch, it is what it is. It's, if you've got £300, guys, and you want a versatile watch, okay, that you can wear formally or informally, this is a great watch. A very respectable watch. Great brand in Seiko. You've got, for example, this adjustment, which basically tells you how much charge is in the watch. So let's have a look at it again. There you go. So it's at 20, okay? So the more I move it, the more it will charge. Very similar to an automatic watch in terms of the process. But guys, it's a very nice watch, I have to say. For the money, yet again, bang per buck, Seiko produce good quality watches. And the design, you know, it's got something a little bit, you know, for guys, look, I'll be honest with you guys, that this Seiko watch, its build quality is great. I have to, as soon as I took it out the box, it felt like a very, very good quality timepiece, and you cannot go wrong with Seiko watches, guys. This is literally £300 well spent. I'm sure if you go online, you can find some very good deals on these Seiko watches. But, you know, for me, this watch is going to be a keeper. And it'll probably give my Rolex Datejust a little bit of a rest, okay? Yeah, it's a great watch, guys. Very formal, very informal. Look, I'm going to leave you guys with a nice in-depth tour of the watch. I hope you enjoyed today's review. I've got another Seiko Kinetic watch I'm going to be reviewing soon, so keep a watch out on my channel for that one. Yeah, let's go into the tour of the watch.